Here's the pieces of the puzzle, and this is it. What we did is, I think we did about, I don't know if this is like 9 here, but as we know that it's 4 to 6 exposures the average person needs. These are, some of them are actually kind of in order of, well, I don't know that they're in order of importance, but I will say that the GiaFreedom.com for me has really become the intro to Gia Wellness. And I usually tee that up by letting them know that, that one of the leading consultant in our company has actually teamed up with someone and created a fabulous website with 4 videos that can be watched in under an hour that really give in many ways, really give the picture of the Gia Wellness products, what we're trying to do with the Inspired Wellness Home, and you'll get to hear directly from our co-CEO on the product technologies and how they work. And depending on what the person's expressed interest is, I'm going to emphasize that a little bit more when I tee this up or talk to them about GiaFreedom.com, whether I'm texting it, writing it in an email, or saying it to them over the phone. And I may even direct them specifically to videos. If it's someone I feel could, needs smaller pieces of information, I will email videos individually, maybe the first 2 and then the second 2. Once we've established their interest and then they want to learn more about the products, we'll do 3 and 4. So things like that. My personal Gia website, I always want to make sure that they have that as well. But what I always like to do is explain to them that this GiaFreedom.com fabulous tool that really is going to enable them. It's just going to sort of walk them through really what we're doing with creating a 360-degree approach to living and thriving in the wireless world and creating the Inspired Wellness Home or office. So the personal Gia website, the Gia overview presentation, and I have it here. I couldn't upload the MP4 onto this slide, but I do recommend everybody have the MP4 because then you can download it to your computer, and if you're somewhere meeting with someone where you don't have Wi-Fi, you can actually do the overview presentation. This is the brand new one created, within the last month, I think, that has the animation videos in it as well. Also, the Facebook pages. And this is beautiful thing about Gia Freedom is at the end of Gia Freedom, that person can opt to join Gia Wellness Lifestyle and the Wireless Safety Gia Moms on a Mission. What I found is they don't always do that without direction. So one of the things that's really good is to just ask them, you know what? And here's how I position it. As I say, you probably want to hear directly, like when you buy something on Amazon, do you read the reviews? And they're like, yeah. And I said, do you like to read that it's a verified purchaser? And they're like, well, yeah. I say, well, we actually have some wonderful closed Facebook pages that I could invite you into, or where you can actually take a look at product experiences that real Gia users are having. And you can feel the palpable enthusiasm. Some of them are done in video form. It's a lot of fun. It's great information. And it's going to be a really valuable, beneficial exposure for you. So I'll emphasize the value for them. Whichever website or whichever Facebook page I'm talking about, I'm going to make sure that it's a value-based statement for them. The 3-way introduction, oh my gosh, this is a critical piece, and the growth of your team is directly related to how many 3-way calls you do. Bottom line, that's just the way it is. Operation Hydration is a fabulous tool as well to introduce and to actually, and I recommend doing the entire protocol. It's really important that you do it that way because you want to set with people, or set the expectations so that they actually know what's happening with them, and you're following along. Sue, do you want to say anything about those, or maybe talk about the next ones?
So I would just say I want to reiterate that I think the core piece, and that's probably why it's at the top of this list, is the GiaFreedom.com. To work from that is such an easy way to go about introducing people to different parts of Gia. Inviting people, the Pathway to Abundance recorded testimonials Zoom was stunning. And, you know, people love stories, and that is really a great Zoom to send to them because they'll hear across the board a lot of different pieces of information on how these products are affecting people in their homes and their lives. The next one, Alfred's interview with Dr. Cheryl Selman, that took place on November 8th, in my opinion, is one of the best comprehensive conversational interviews between these two experts that is a must listen to at some point in the exposure process. And Dr. Selman has an article which we sometimes send to people because it's also very comprehensive, and it's the solutions to protect you from the Wi-Fi world. And it is also listed on the general website right under the title banner. It says, I think it's article on Total Health Magazine. It's there. You can download it right there. So those are the pieces of the puzzle, and it depends on where you are in your follow-up and in the process with each person and what feels like the appropriate piece of the process or piece of the puzzle to introduce them to. Here they are, and lucky us. We've had all these amazing people help us put these together, and this makes me so excited every time I see it. This entire list is so easy to use. And Ming?
Yeah, you know what, I wanted to emphasize this one, invite to a Zoom or the next exciting event. And this is really key, and I should say live event here, because it's just incredibly valuable. You know, we had, I don't know who had potential teammates on Monday night's Pathway to Abundance that was recorded, the one that we're referring to down below here. But any potential teammate who was listening in on that, I think would, you know, their jaw will have dropped. So also next exciting event, sometimes we have Zooms like John did, I think it was a couple months ago, or the month of August, where we had Linda twice a week, Linda and Alfred, or Linda twice a week on Thursdays. So if there's a live event, invite them to. Of course, if we're near the conference, invite them to the conference, whatever those things are, but really a Zoom or the next exciting event.
So Ming, I just would
Yes.
like to just say here, all of that information, and particularly that one, behooves us all to stay connected and encourage our consultants to be connected so we know what the next event is. So anyway, that was just something I wanted to throw in there. So you can go to the next slide.
Great point.